Hello. Okay. Yeah, it's on recording. Is that cooler?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I figured at least we can connect and talk about the Standing Rock pipeline. Talk about this idea of bringing everyone together and collaborative governance and unifying all the media and project managing out the solutions. At least talk a little bit about that. And I just came on here at 9 a.m. I did like a 15-minute video, just basically like a speech about exactly that. I just uploaded that to Facebook. So like every one of these shows are brand new shows, and they're all new rally calls for the projects. So the first time, if nobody shows up at the beginning, I just go right into right into rally call. So
Cool. Awesome.
So, but this could be a good video to like show that we're starting to like collaborate and share ideas back and forth and
Awesome. Yeah, totally. Like what I've seen in the Water Protectors Slack a little bit, like I really wanted to focus on the solutions, and so it hasn't been very super active, you know, there's like less than 20 people in there, but I like, yeah, there's some solutions going on as far as how to engage and but I'd like to see more, and I'd like to be able to present more solutions to people. So
can you share that link in the or actually I know what it is. Share it here, and then I'll share it with this video and with the other video. Is waterprotectorsunite.com?
yes.
Okay, cool. And so that way, yeah, it was, and then just like using these systems like this waterprotectorsunite.com to blast that out through all of our networks, through all social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, whatever, and also through your email lists, and I'm talking to everybody. I know I'm talking to you specifically, and out through texts and flyers, whatever ways you people out there market, and then people can join us in the Slack and work together in there, and then we'll have this weekly show every week on Thursday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, to come together as a council and work on these things.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I feel like it's really important to invite people to the council so they can feel heard, and yeah, that's where like a lot of the magic happens, I feel, is, you know, people are unsure about how to get involved, but it really just takes you showing up.
Yeah, totally. Indeed. And I have a newsletter started. I don't know if you already have one as well, but you know, like if anybody wants to put anything into the newsletter, we can just start putting that, just let everybody know in the Slack that we can actually submit things to the newsletter, and come on here and present, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great channel to have in there. Okay. Like at first I just put the different channels for the different regions and different pipelines and such, and that may still be a good idea as it grows, but I also like the idea of just having like particular movements or solutions, you know, points of action for people to get involved with.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, I would just like to be able to see, you know, here's Standing Rock, here's the ways people can get involved, here's the people that are involved, the organizations that are involved, you know, like little, you know, things like that. And then I know there's many other Standing Rocks that are identified around the world, to be able to get those listed, and how to get involved and help with those ones. Just some of these documents to make sure those are presented in the space. And yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And so like had a couple meetings with Raymond Powell and Victoria of EVOLV on Facebook, and Amber Gibson, and just brainstorming of a website that would start out as we've talked about having news of all the different everyone that's doing any news for Standing Rock, whether you're an individual or a website or organization, to try to populate all that on one website, and RSS feeds is the idea, and then we can embed the Slack chat in there, and we can put the live show on the homepage, and then the newsletter, sign up with that. We can, there could be a YouTube playlist where, anything can be uploaded, anybody around the world could just upload to that playlist. So we have some of these modules on the screen, and then that is the homepage for all things Standing Rock. We can have documents and things shared there, and projects, key projects there, and then a pipeline of Standing Rock projects will start to formulate. Open source, people can just add them themselves, and then ultimately down the line, it's anybody can submit any project that's for humanity, for life, for Earth, and upload a video of their project or type it in. So it becomes a portal in to collaborative governance, a portal into all humanitarian projects becoming, getting support and getting implemented, funded and implemented, and just this is where the attention has been for quite a while, and we don't want to lose that. And we know who all the leaders are, so let's just unite all of the leaders of Standing Rock, and then we can make sure that what needs to be done with Standing Rock gets done, and then any other Standing Rocks do those as well as work together on the highest solutions beyond Standing Rocks, for our planet, for humanity and Earth and life. So yeah.
Yeah, essentially basically what we're doing is just creating the frameworks for the new Earth to stewardship and protecting the sacred, and no longer seeking approval for having to do what we know needs to be done. So yeah, just providing the platform, providing this space for people to come and be able to play in that environment. Yeah, really exciting. Yeah, and also I feel like it's very empowering too for people to, what I got a sense of, with all the support for Standing Rock, people were feeling helpless, how can I contribute and how can I help out? And so, sometimes they'd be sending donations or money, and for me, I felt like, that's great, because everybody needed that to an extent. But also I feel like donations, financial donations, unless there is a plan in place to regenerate those funds, then it just becomes a drain. You just send it right back into the system that is not serving us. So that is something that I feel is, and also not, I don't want to should on anybody, but is would be like beneficial to create like a focus point that, you know, as we are, you know, you can also contribute time and your resources, your skills. But yeah, if we have like funding coming in, let's create like as Aeon says, a prosperity plan, so that we can have more growth and generate, be more self-sufficient, and yeah, just getting those cycles.
Yes, indeed, indeed, yeah. And you know, I love what's happening in the ASC, the Open Sovereignty Collective, which for those of you listening, I'll just put in over here www.asc.ai. Like there's a Slack channel there, asc.ai/team chat, asc.ai/team chat, and just to like bring together all these like-minded individuals and to actually work on, you know, projects together such as this, and form like a collective, bring in these new governance models for our organizations, and yeah, like it's really beautiful, and there's so many amazing things happening, and really all these different movements. I'm going to type those on the side, the ones I think of, because it's every day now. I'm just having fun with like, let's gather a list of all the movements that are working towards bringing in a better world right now, and keep calling out for all of them to come together, over and over and over. If every single one of us is saying it all day, every day, then every single one that's not on board yet with uniting will, you know, they'll get the message. So I'm just having fun with, and like, I don't have the websites for all of these at this time. You want to join me and help like create a list? Maybe you have some I don't have.
Okay. And I also just was going to say that, you know, I truly believe that, you know, if we all collectively came together and wanted to, we could create a new financial system, a new system of trade very, very quickly, overnight. You know, if we realize that our current financial system is simply backed by trust, it is not backed by anything other than trust. It's simply just what most people use. But yeah, if we were to reevaluate our value, like how we feel about ourselves, like our own self-worth, and revalue things that are valuable, right? Like seeds, and the earth, and the water, then we could totally shift everything very quickly. And especially now with the new blockchain. I mean, it's not that new, but it's like we are figuring out how to use the internet. So far, it's been kind of like information exchange, you know, and really a lot of consuming information. But now with all of these organizations, and I'm just going to add my own too.
Awesome.
But
nice.
Pretty. With all of these organizations, we are seeing that we are creating community beyond borders. We are able to align with people that we have similar value systems. You know, like just because I live in a town or a city that is defined by borders of space, essentially, like I don't have very much in common with my neighbor. Not that that's a bad thing, but I can connect with you through this beautiful medium that we have. You know, I was just joking yesterday that all my friends are like holograms or something, because it's like everybody's really but fortunately I know most of them are real because I've met you all in person at some point, most of you. But it's just really an opportunity that we have to be able to create community beyond borders, to align with people that we have similar value systems to, and so we can start to co-create and collaborate on these projects. And especially, yeah, with like the blockchain and with alternative currencies like Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum and all of these different things, that we are given the opportunity to really reassess what we hold as holding value, so that, yeah, we can give value back to these things that are kind of no-brainers. It's like, of course the earth is valuable, you know, so why are we putting corporate interest and corporate gain, corporate profits over something so essential and life-giving as the earth?
Right. Totally.
Nice, Mundo, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some new organizations that I haven't seen yet. Coming out. The one, I think somebody was saying Scenario, but I think it was Scepter. Is that the one that, have you heard of that? Someone was saying like the Facebook of the future, the one that's really it's really set on the right trajectory to be like the one. I don't know if that was, somebody said Scenario, but I found Scepter. Scepter was meeting, I guess there was a video a couple days ago where Scepter and NOAA Maps were in the same room. I guess they were connecting, so I'm sure that's.
I've heard of that one, and also this Miramar. Have you heard of that one? Miramar? It's Miramar. It's built on the blockchain too. So, and that's like, yeah, check it out. It's about social network for change, like a social media network, I suppose I should say. Yes, free energy sites, and just a note on that, it's going to be really interesting to see. I've heard through the grapevine and that somebody is going to be coming out with a 3D printed free energy device probably by the end of May.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're excited.
That'll be, yeah. Things will go fast in that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's just basically understanding our dependencies and then opening our eyes to the solutions, you know, and being open to them, because we have been born into the system of dependency of consumption. And so, you know, I also work with health and detox. And so it's kind of like, how can a person know that they can feel so good when they've never experienced it before?
Yeah.
Just connecting people to the possibilities of what it could look like.
Indeed. Indeed.
Let's create paradise, y'all. Big old food forest.
Yeah, food forests. I'm writing all this on the side here, so we can think of some websites that come to mind, because it's not just the organizations that are listed up here. It's any organizations, movements, small to large, that are working on bringing in a better world. Even if you're just working on food forests, you know, or soil or seeds or anything at all.
Yeah, and maybe we even just build up like a landing page for these submissions of solutions.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Mm,
Awesome.
beautiful.
Yes. Indeed. So yeah, and then tomorrow, Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Global Women's Empowerment. Global Women's Empowerment Show.
Cool.
Same concept to rally women, to unify, to network, to do projects together, whatever flows from that. And just one call out to the world every Friday, 9 a.m. And men too, men that are, it's all about divine feminine rising. So,
Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, there's, you know, the women's movement and feminists and such. I think that people often forget that the feminine is within each of us. And yeah, just to honor that.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yes.
Wow. Perfect timing. Yeah. There's just so much, and women are networked around the world, and already a lot, and doing so many amazing things. And there isn't like that competitive, like, that like a lot of like the men we've had, that like, competitive thing between us. So it's like it just moves so much faster and smoother. And I'm all about, like, if we can honor, support, hold space, assist in healing, assist in, um, projects, whatever it is, listen, love, hold, cherish our women and our girls first and foremost. Then our women are to that activated and healed to that level where they can hold space for our men and our boys, or our boys to ultimately all become men. Because I believe in a something called maybe like spiritual adulthood is what I call it, I guess, which is that most human beings aren't really adults yet. They're actually still, uh, I mean, this is happening right now, like really fast, with the shift that's happening, with the energies, the new energies and whatnot. But for so long, it's just been like this spiritual child planet, and Mother Earth is just transformed, and so many of us around the world have shifted or transformed into these spiritual adults, these, you know embodying the Holy Spirit, and just committed to why are we here. Hello, cat. And so just that concept that, like, a lot of our men, or boys per se, have like wounds, whether it be like war wounds or business wounds, or whatever types of wounds, and they're out there, go, 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 work, 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 stress, 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 like just not getting a chance to just stop and just be held and heard. And so to just, if we could support our women to then be in a position to do that, because that's what I've been doing for years. Is just, I'm just in service. Like, I just traveled around, and I'm in service to whoever I'm guided to be in service. Like, I'm in people's homes and assisting them with their children and with their life and with their business, and it's been about the feminine, like the past couple of years. It really has, like, been very, very clear. I just like when Destiny, says, I'm going to do this global online summit. I'm like, I'm right there, and I'll be that rock. And that's what my life's been like for months, years now. Is just like, the guidance is just to be like, lock in with this person. It's mostly a woman, and just be there for whatever comes up, and hold space for the process. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I feel that in that shift from the competitive, into the collaborative, that's into the feminine, basically. And not to, like you touched on that, it's like there's this level of trauma that needs to be supported and held and nurtured and healed. It's a spiral of healing. Like, I personally feel like there's no point that while we're living we can necessarily say I am totally 100% healed. There's just like layers and layers and layers. But also, I love how you stated, that the masculine is there. I kind of really felt this and saw this last year when I was supposed to be hosting a retreat, but I I had a fever for opening ceremony, and I was in the most pain of my life. And just really seeing how the men were able to, hold this container, hold this space. And then it was, for the women, where it was kind of like the masculine was this outer boundary, of protection and stability. Mm. And then the feminine was able to come and express itself within that container. And I felt like that was really beautiful and really balanced too, and that's another thing, with this sort of like equal rights. It's like we are different, and the masculine and feminine are the balance, it's the spectrum on wholeness. But to understand that they have their own unique qualities and flavors, and yeah, just to be respectful of that. But thank you so much for providing that support and running it down.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. Well, how much longer do you want to hang on here? I
think it's good. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. This is like that, like enlightened conversations too. Like, I'm getting my own show on enlightened conversations,
Nice.
and I'm a guest actually on March 14th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and just Michelle Lightworker, and she's got Enlightened Conversations, Lightworker Advocate Magazine, and Lightworker Reflections, and these brands doing amazing things, and 100 hosts on Lightworker on Enlightened Conversations. So I'm coming in to like help, like, on the production side of things, to help bring tons of more hosts. And it's just like what we're doing here. I bring more like the projects, like, but like she's doing like just bringing Lightworkers or cool people on, and just one-on-one conversations that just flow naturally. And so I'm going to help promote that around the world and bring in guests and hosts and build that brand up, and then plug all those shows into the source, which is I'm trying to build out this like 24/7 schedule of conscious media, those shows, and all the project management shows, and then all the news shows, all the conscious news that we all want to share, and looking at like we were talking about, Webinar Jam or Zoom, or something else. But to just be able to like put one schedule together and all of us promote the schedule out through our
awesome.
So, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's all about building the bridges, and kind of think of it as like spider medicine a little bit, building the webs right now.
building the way. Bees, I love all the, the animals, the bees. There's so many bees.
Yeah. The ants, the bees, yeah. It's like we're just doing it.
Yeah, totally. Main conversation with Michelle Lightworker. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your main project is Fruit the World, and then you're working on the tour as well. And what are your focuses right now?
Yes. Did we put that, the infinite love and motion?
I didn't put that there.
Yes. So I'm helping Gabriel with that project. Also, kind of under the radar right now, but we're building a health agency, which I hope to be able to facilitate more free herbal clinics around the world. Yeah, and free herbal clinics on sovereign lands, and also just created a triple bottom line business agency. So providing organizations with social media things and copywriting, building out landing pages and funnels, ads and video. Yeah, and then the Earth Stewardship Agency, where we are providing people with food forest services or maps if they'd rather do it themselves, but we're also providing the services for that, and which will also lead to, if people are interested in building a community, so they will have the opportunity to tap into the sovereign systems that we've created. So basically just providing people with the tools that they'll need to create successful communities and businesses within those communities. Yes, because we know that most communities fail, and so we want to give people and communities the tools that they need to succeed.
Awesome. You want to share some of the links, maybe in here, or anything you want to share with me? That way I can look into more of
Yeah.
promote any.
Most of those projects is the kind of stay tuned because they're kind of in the building out phase right now. But yeah, definitely, just if anybody's interested, I'd say tap into the ASC and we will, yes, peace, love, and unity. Yeah, most of these networks, I mean, are all connected through any of the channels. So whatever people are feeling interested in, I feel like that's really where you can do the most and be in the highest alignment, is just wherever your passion is, and show up.
Indeed. Indeed. And then I have these one of my goals is these 7,000 Facebook groups. Each one becomes some of them already are organizations or whatnot and have brands but all to be able to have a website, have social media presences, have the basic core team come together and to identify a purpose, and for all of our organizations to come together so that we can see that each of us can have one core purpose, and so duplication. So the agencies are just these 7,000 Facebook groups. They're all under my personal account, Doran Kutash, DoronKutash. And you click on groups or click on pages. There's probably 5,000 or 7,000 pages there too. And then everybody else has so much too, so many gathered, and just be able to put those, if we can get the landing page ClickFunnel where we can really gather, let everybody input their own pages, groups, presences on all the different social media, and everything in a quick way, just straight to the point, like input yours. That's like the New Earth directory. Like that's a big piece is all of these releases. And then we can offer all the different website design, social media assistance, graphic design, you know, how to write professionally, how to write up business plans and stuff to get funding, and project management systems. We can just like all of us do seminars and show the way, and then all those organizations can then get into whatever they want to do specifically within the large plans. So.
Totally, yeah, and I'd love to collaborate with you on that as well, because that's kind of how I feel the value ladder is for. I call it it's a little bit of the triple bottom line agency. That's kind of like the higher end services, the done for you services. But Fruition is the branch off of Fruit the World that is focused on regenerative systems for communities and businesses. And so just creating that platform for supporting people in, like what you're saying, the business plans, which to help them with funding. And I'll just do a little. I have no affiliation with this, but it's a great site. Is Lean Canvas for just one page business plans. Super helpful. But also, I find it fun, and this is the thing too, in these types of communities, everybody is using this similar language. It's something that we've all tapped into, is that we simply just want to play with each other. And I feel like that's why we are so sick. One reason that we are so tired of the old ways, because they've set up these rules, right? But they're not even following the rules. They break their own rules. Yeah. So it doesn't make the game fun anymore. So if we can create the platform, the systems, the communities that everybody can consent to the same rules, and if you don't consent, you can play somewhere else, right? You can create some other game. But basically just remembering that this life, we are here to learn, we are here to grow, we are here to heal. And what do you want to do while you're here? Would you just want to be a consumer and then be on your deathbed and have regrets? Or do you want to create a legacy? Do you want to create something that, is self-perpetuating, in a regenerative way, in a positive way. And I feel like that's what we're seeing, especially with like the prophecies, the fulfillment of prophecies, like the seventh generation prophecy. It's like we are the seventh generation that is seeing all of this stuff that is just crazy, like it doesn't make any sense. And so if we can turn things around right now and create a world where 7 generations from now, we are creating a world that we love to invite our children into. And that's essentially my why, is like, I want to create a better world than the one I came into. And I want to create a world that we love inviting our children into. And instead of having that primal fear, that underlying fear of, oh shit, like I've got to bring a kid into this world and it sucks, like let's create the world that we love. So yeah, just come co-create and play.
Indeed. Yes. Okay, well, we both have things to do, I'm sure. This has been a perfect session to just connect and to like brainstorm on a few things even.
Yeah.
And put this out to the social media with some links and share that and keep bringing people into these shows and into our Slack chats for each project, and everyone gets on our email lists, and we can correspond through email. So you know, those are like the trifecta. It's like you know, the click funnels or landing pages that we can all promote out to the world, and then we bring people into the chats, and they sign up for the emails, and then they come on the live shows each week, and we work together and project manage out the solutions. Every show is a solution, every space that we create for multiple solutions. And, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, brother. I think we came up with a really good list.
Yeah, great, awesome. So,
Yeah.
well, let's connect again soon, and
Cool.
thank you.
Yeah, have a nice day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.